So you're going to be riding in the Greatest Escape motorcycle ride. Are you actually going to be riding a bike?
I'm going to ride Steve McQueen's old bike. No. I wish, no, I'll be riding. I'll probably go to Hollywood Motors and rent a Kawasaki 1000 and ride the police bike. You know, that's what everyone wants me to ride. So usually I ride that or a Triumph.
Hey, here we are in your Uncle Joe's garage, outfitted by California Car Cover. Special guest today, Larry Wilcox. Welcome to the garage.
Thank you, Joe.
You've got a lot of experience in the background, besides ChiPs, besides being part of the Lassie formation when that show was on the air. You've actually been around bicycles, motorcycles, and race cars for a long time. Not just because of the TV show, ChiPs.
Yeah, and horses.
And horses.
Cowboy, yeah.
They're much harder to fix if they break.
Yeah, they can be a little rough on you and try and test you a little bit, you know. But
what was the first car you had? We're in the garage, so we always ask, what's the first car or bike if you had a bike first?
Well, you know, I didn't have a bike, but my buddies did. So I rode the first bikes we rode were Cushman Eagles, an old Cushman Eagle motor scooter. Most people probably don't even know what that is. And then baby Vespas, you know.
Vespas, we know.
Mopeds, Triumph 500.
Oh, wait a minute, that can actually go fast.
Yeah. And then BSAs, Doodlebugs, which is what the Shriners used to ride around on, those little Doodlebug motor scooters. Those were my beginning motorcycles, if you will. And then after that, I bought a 1957 Pontiac and did all tuck and roll inside, right? And glass packs, of course, on the mufflers. And 4-bar crossovers in those days, hubcaps.
You are from Southern California, aren't
I'm
you?
from Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming? You had, oh my God, okay.
Yeah, and then after that, I moved to California, and I was studying acting and going to school. And I didn't have a car, and so I went to University of Wyoming and transferred to Beverly Hills because my buddy lived in Beverly Hills. That's where I need to be, Beverly Hills, right? And but then I was broke and going to school, and I transferred, didn't know where to transfer. So first I transferred to LA City College, and I bought an old 48 Buick Roadmaster.
Oh my God.
Only had like 2,000 miles on it from an old lady in Beverly Hills. You know, the doors would open up backwards.
Backwards, yeah.
And the flathead 8 engine.
And it weighed 7,000 pounds,
yes.
yeah.
And I drove that thing. I got drafted in the Army, so I joined the Marine Corps, because from Wyoming you want to be in the best, right? So I joined the Marine Corps, unfortunately, and then went to Vietnam, right? But I drove that 48 Buick Roadmaster from LA all the way back to Wyoming to tell my family goodbye. It was great.
Wow. Imagine what that car would be worth if you still had it.
Yeah.
And thank you for serving in Vietnam.
Thank you, yeah.
And Marines, we're not going to arm wrestle, don't worry. We're not going to go that way.
Right.
You're involved in the Greatest Escape motorcycle ride that's taking place on Sunday. And this is tied in somewhat with, I didn't realize a bunch of these things. What's the mesothelioma?
Yeah, mesothelioma.
See, that's what I was going to say.
That's a disease that you get in your lungs, usually from asbestos. And Steve McQueen, of course, died of mesothelioma. And but this is called the greatesgescape.org. If you go there, you can sign up for this motorcycle ride. We're going to do it from Pasadena and right up to this ranch. Then we have a barbecue and a band and music. It costs $40, and all the money goes to the Pacific Mesothelioma Center. So I had an 8-pound tumor in my chest.
I was going to say, this is something personal for you too, isn't it?
It is, and Dr. Cameron at UCLA was my surgeon. He was an unbelievable, bright surgeon. I went to a bunch of different doctors and got different opinions, and he was the most nurturing and the most insightful and the best qualitative care, and he spent 8 hours taking this big 8-pound tumor out of my chest. It was benign. It was just a big old fibrous tumor, kind of a subset, if you will, of mesothelioma. Usually mesothelioma is a death warrant, and it's very, very serious. So I'm lucky, and God bless Dr. Cameron, and God bless his research center with mesothelioma.
So you're going to be riding in the Greatest Escape motorcycle ride. Are you actually going to be riding a bike?
I'm going to ride Steve McQueen's old bike. No. I wish, right? No, I'll be riding. I'll probably go to Hollywood Motors and rent a Kawasaki 1000
yeah.
and ride the police bike, you know. That's what everyone wants me to ride. So usually I ride that or a Triumph, you know.
So you like to leave a trail of oil wherever you go, so it's
right.
the Kawasaki or the Triumph like that.
That's right.
And you've done these rides before.
I have.
Yeah. In fact, you've done a lot of riding. You've raced as well.
I've raced cars. I never did race motorcycles. I've always raced cars. And we raced in Formula Fords and Super Vs, did a little bit, and then...
How did you get in a Formula Ford? Says a man with experience of not being able to get in.
It's hard. You kind of shovel down into that cockpit, you know. I remember when Jim Russell had the racing school down there in Riverside,
yep.
right? And then I went to the Bondurant Race School also in Sears Point.
Yep.
And those race schools were great because it would get your speed threshold up. That's what people don't realize. You know, when you get in a race car, no matter who you are, the cameraman or myself, you get in a race car, you think you have talent. And you're going around really fast, and you know you're not shaving off too much speed in the apex of the corner, and I'm pretty good at this, right? But then the other drivers come and they're lapping you.
Yep.
It's unbelievable, you know, how you need to get that speed threshold up so that you're racing about 8/10 of your ability.
Yep.
And then you're at the wicked edge at every corner. And when you can be at the wicked edge at every corner, now you're starting to become a race car driver.
That was what was so cool about Bondurant, having an instructor in the car reaching over, and if you have your right foot on the gas pedal, reaches over and pushes down, you get back on the gas, get on the gas, and just giving you, and then you realize how far you can take things like that.
Yeah, they taught a lot. I love Bondurant Race School and even Jim Russell, but you know, how to always look way down the track instead of in front of you, and heel and toe on the brake and gas so that when you're coming out of the corner, you have high RPM and you're coming out with speed. And
love this.
Fun stuff.
Love this so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Again, the Greatest Escape motorcycle ride Sunday, and it starts at Glendale Harley-Davidson.
Sunday, July 24th, and go to thegreatestescape.org and register for $40, and we'll see you on the motorcycles.
Larry, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Joe. Thanks for letting me come to the garage.
Hey, I know that you, yes you, haven't been in the Uncle Joe's Garage yet, but I got some good news. We have created a mobile version of the Uncle Joe's Garage, thanks to our friends at Mike Thompson RV Superstores. Like they say, don't miss a moment, and don't miss the mobile Uncle Joe's Garage coming to location near you.